What was I saying? Oh yeah. Hello everybody. Hope you're having a lovely Monday. Um, so really quick, I do want to give you guys a heads up. This video is an old recording that Allie and I did about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It's gonna be um kind of trial and error as I kind of figure out what works and what doesn't. I'm kind of new to doing this kind of series, which is content reading, which I've never done. I've done reactions, I've played games, but this is reading Reddit stories. I don't know how regular we're going to do it. I don't know how regular I'm going to do it. I think at some point I might do this on stream just for fun and give my own personal opinions. But kind of expect these videos to have some kind of partner in the future, whether it be Allie, whether it be, guests from Nova or whoever else I want to record with. So just really quick, that's kind of the gist of what's going on. I apologize if the video looks a little bit iffy. I'm still kind of trying to tweak audio. I'm kind of like messing with my settings in terms of setup for, what I do for reading itself. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you enjoy me and Allie being complete goobers during this reading, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.
All right, next story.
Mhm. Hopefully the next one's a little bit better. I've gone ahead and read the title, and my first thought was, ooh, okay. Let's see how this one goes.
My boyfriend, M30, left at my 25 female marriage deadline.
Okay,
Repost because my last one was taken down.
question. Do you have a
Mm-mm,
deadline for marriage?
mm-mm.
Because you and I are, well, mid to late 20s now, sadly. Oh, mid 20s, holy shit. My life.
Just wait until you hit those late 20s.
It's more the fact that I'm in my mid 20s. Fuck. I really don't feel 26. I feel so much younger than I actually am.
Yeah, imagine turning 29 this year.
Well, for me, what the issue was like turning 21 during COVID. I couldn't go to bars. I couldn't do anything. Like it sucked. So
Yeah.
I didn't get to do a whole lot because of that. And because now that's like I'm 26, like fuck. I missed 2, 3 years of my life because I couldn't leave my house. COVID sucked. Can we agree? COVID sucked.
It really did. Um,
Oh, I'm sorry,
but
babe.
no, I don't have a deadline.
Okay, it's good. It's good.
My boyfriend,
Mhm.
M30, laughed at my 25 marriage deadline. We've been together for 3 years. He still gets uncomfortable and fidgety when I bring up commitment. He said it is scary. Sometimes he gets angry at me for bringing it up and almost walks away. Gets angry at you for bringing up marriage. That that is a red flag right there.
Okay, together for 3 years, right?
Hmm.
When he said he gets scared of commitment, I just picture that fucking TikTok where the guy walks around like a big city with a sign at groups of people and goes, commitment! And everyone screams because he just yells it at them. It's like, yeah, I can understand being scared in that moment. But if you're together for 3 years, you don't have an issue with commitment. You have an issue with, I don't know what you have an issue with at that point. There's something going on, but commitment is not the issue. There's more to this. And the fact
One
that,
of his conditions.
sorry,
Oh,
the fact that you need to bring it up and he gets upset is like, okay, he might feel like he's being called out, but after 3 years, you have to start thinking about what's the next step. Because 3 years, again, it's a long time. After a year, understandable. 2 years, maybe start considering it. But three is like, okay, what's next? Is this relationship worth pursuing for a longer time? Or is it just going to feel like whatever? And if there's,
well, even in this case, like I'm gonna try to give the benefit of the doubt and be devil's advocate real quick.
mhm.
Um, there are people that just stay in long-term relationships where they never get married because they don't necessarily need that piece of paper. They don't need the big ceremony and things like that to realize, hey, this is my relationship. And if that's OP's boyfriend is falls in that camp, he needs to make it known instead of just being like, oh, commitment's scary.
But then they get
Another
mad
drink.
about it though.
Okay, I'm not devil's advocating on the getting mad. Both of
Mhm.
the individuals in this story are adults. They need to sit down and talk it out like adults.
Mhm.
Getting upset, I'm not going to excuse that. That is a red flag to me. But again, we are also missing the context. How many times it's been asked, how it's being asked, and things like that. One of his conditions for marriage was to live together first. I'm opposed to this, religious slash family expectations, but eventually gave in. Telling my family about our move decision was and still is awkward. But he said that if we were still strong together, or strong, after 2 to 3 months, he'd be looking at things seriously. So she's giving in to what he wants, despite what her religious or family expectations might be, which we may also be in the same predicament. I know you don't care about your family's religious expectations as far as not living with your partner until marriage. Um, but so we may end up being in a similar situation as far as that goes, with it
I
being awkward.
talking about my family.
Mhm.
I don't. Okay, my issue isn't moving in with you against my family's wishes. My issue is I haven't came out to my family about certain things, and that would mean if I told them that I'm dating you, which again you are a woman, my mom being religious as she is may not see it that way at the first time, which would then mean I still need to argue that I'm pansexual and not straight. So it's layers of issues. And the moving in part, I don't think is the issue. The issue is, um,
There's going to be other issues that they're going to focus on more than just you living with your partner and having premarital adult relations.
yes, are a lot. So that is my issue. The moving in thing, I don't think that would matter. I think so long as I'm happy,
No,
that
'cause
that
like
will
I
be
said,
fine. But
they're
it,
going to be focused on other things.
mhm.
Um, but the fact that he's getting upset with you after you've already given in against something that you weren't necessarily comfortable in the first place, meaning that, hey, OP's giving here, like is actually giving and taking into consideration different things and trying to make it more smooth and everything, which is why the getting mad is still glaring at me.
You said smooth, and my first reaction went smoothie. Just a couple of smoothies.
um 3 months has passed, no changes.
Really
I
quick.
told him a couple of times that I would need to know before the end of our lease, but felt like my words weren't being digested. I texted him my timeline explicitly. At this point, he got incredibly upset that I was caging him, even though I made my courtship rules very well laid out at the beginning of our relationship. He said he'd wait past my deadline out of spite. I had given him 9 months warning, and he still accused me of leaving him. He said if I was going to think that way, I should leave the room packing slash selling my things off now. Um, Hold on a minute.
Hold
Wasn't
on.
OP's boyfriend the one that said 2 to 3 months and I'll take it serious?
Okay. Yeah, that's where my mind went. So he can have an expectation of, hey, we need to move in together. And then after 2, 3 months, then we'll consider being long term. She did that. She did the homework. She did the work. She did all of it. And then all she's saying is, hey, this is my deadline for marriage. 9 months. So you have 9 months to consider. Because marriage isn't going to happen like that. You have to propose, be a fiance for a bit. But the fact that she'll get to a fiance point and then wife later, you can be engaged for as many years as you want until you actually get married. I think the fact that I'm taking the bottom line that I see right now is he made um a baseline to move forward. She did it. She met that expectation. She's now saying, hey, I want to meet this deadline over here. And he's going, no, I don't like that. If you don't like that, then you can leave. It's like, then you didn't want to consider long term. For whatever reason, you just didn't want to consider it, and that's what you're saying right now to her. Because you made a deadline for something, she did it. Now she's making a deadline, and you go, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and her deadline is understandable, especially if the relationship isn't going to be moving forward, which is, oh, hey, I need to know this before our lease is up. Meaning, hey, I need to know this before we're locked into another contract to where if it gets broken, there's fees and everything else to be paid. And also the fact that he's talking about that he'll wait past her deadline just out of spite. Like, girl, at this point, run. Like, as fast as you can, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that is the next issue I had with, like, when you read the line spite, I was like, hold on. So you're not gonna do something simply out of spite now? Like, I do things out of spite all the time because I fucking hate the person. But if you're operating on spite, it's like, you don't love your girlfriend then, you probably hate her. And for whatever reason, you're sticking by your guns, which makes no sense. So I don't see any basis for any of these ultimatums that you're giving her at all. She's meeting you halfway, and you're not even gonna get halfway to meet her. You're just gonna wait for her to try and get all the way to where you're at.
Hell, at this point, she's meeting him more than halfway.
Well, he said, "Here's
Like,
the halfway point." She got there, and now she's saying, "Well, here's my halfway point." He goes, "I don't want to go there. That's too far."
no, 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 no. I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to say this very nicely. She's met him way more than halfway because again, I'm going to point this out. She went against her religious or her, like, either she's religious herself and had these expectations that she's built up over time as far as what she wanted, or her family has these expectations. So she's going against two different core parts of her identity and her life to meet him. That is well beyond half. And that he's wanting to do things out of spite just so he doesn't have to give her an answer or even think about it, which may end up having them locked into a new lease or homeless. Um, that no, 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 no. Like that is a big no.
Okay.
I'm
Now,
sorry. If you were to do that to me,
mhm.
unless you were doing it like in a play, like saying it playfully, I'm out.
No,
I would be gone.
I 100% feel like the way he said it was like, and I will wait past that deadline out of fucking spite. Versus like how I would do it. It's like, well, you know what? Out of spite, I'll just wait until after your time frame's done, babe. There's a difference. But because of his reaction, how it sounds like he blew up, is like, I feel like it was the first one where there was like venom in his tone. Um, but I will say this. Now, to play devil's advocate, roughly, chances are, because she had to tell her parents that she was going to move in before marriage with her partner, she could have told them that, hey, it's moving in, and then within the year we'll get married. That's probably what could have been happening. But because like she's been asking, because she does see a future with this guy, and in this point in the story, I can't see why, but she sees a future. He's not willing to make the effort to do that. Now, again, if that's what she had done, telling her parents, "Hey, we're moving in, they getting married," she made a deal without like talking it out with him. That's an issue on its own. But I don't think that was the case. I think it was something she just went against on her parents because it wasn't like they had agreed to it. She went against them and she did this, and now she's asking for this next step, and he won't do it.
We need to move on.
Yeah. What am I? Am I? Was
No,
I?
no, no, no. I'm the one that keeps taking us off on tangents.
Okay.
Uh,
I was gonna say,
I'm
was I
telling
in the
this.
wrong?
No, you're not in the wrong. Like I keep playing devil's advocate on these too, and honestly, we need to so that it keeps like fairness on both sides.
Because we don't know the full story. We only have one half of the puzzle. Unless the boyfriend's in the comments, which we won't know until after the story. There's no context we have. We only have her word.
Hmm. Um,
But right now, the boyfriend sounds like an
I'm
ass.
telling him. I am telling this because I love him and don't want to lose him. but meanwhile feel like I'm losing myself. Everything I do is either wife material or not wife material. As if he's measuring me up. It's exhausting aiming to be a better version of myself, giving wife benefits, but having no deeper discussions than we did 3 years ago. I know that I'm still young, attractive, and doing well in my career, and I want to get settled down with a family by a comfortable, not time sensitive age. He says I am being unreasonable. He says he already wants me, but needs to be 99% sure of me before pulling out a ring. I feel silly for being the one chasing. I've been questioning my own value a lot. I'm trying to be perfect because if I show any attitude, it sets us two steps back again. Conversations, ultimatums, none of it is working. I don't know what to do. What would you do if you love someone like this? I may love them, but I am fucking out of there. I do well enough on my own to have to deal with myself whenever it comes to questioning my own value due to things that I think about myself.
So,
Having somebody that says that they love me and may want to have a future with me doing this, making me feel even worse. Nope, I'm out.
so talk about us for a second. I never made any sort of like next step in our relationship. Like, yeah, I call Allie my wife because I do love her that much, and I don't care like if we're this early. I want it to happen. I want it to happen. I never
Mhm.
made that first. I think someone in the community went, um, I think they promoted me, and then when they realized that they called me the husband, they went, "Oh no, your boyfriend." I was like, "Aw, I got demoted already. Damn."
Well, then again, us date, like actually having the conversation about dating
Mhm.
was because of my friend group.
Yeah, I do remember that. Like, where was it Sylvie that went? Are y'all finally dating now? I was like, huh?
Like, we haven't even had that conversation.
I just realized I think your friends might have told us to start dating. I think your friends have told us what to do so far.
You know what? I'm glad for it. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Neither would I. I'm very happy with where we're at.
And it's not unreasonable when you've been together for 3 fucking years
Yeah.
to be having marriage talks. I just have the tism and want to make sure that I have things narrowed out as far as like some sort of plan on where things are going in the future.
Mhm.
So yeah, 3 months in, having those conversations. But that's just because I want to know where things are headed. And those conversations get had off and on just to make sure like we're still on the same page. So that one person isn't expecting one thing and the other person expecting another.
Mhm.
My next problem with this, wife material or not wife material. And part of it is quote unquote having an attitude. Like, is OP's boyfriend in this case being, oh, you're nagging me about doing the garbage? That falls under attitude. That's not wife material.
Hold on. Just want to pause this for a second. Um,
There's no way you're devil's advocating out of this one.
no, I was making sure that there's still space in my PC for the recording because I think we're at over an hour now.
Mhm. I was about to say, you try to devil's advocate out of this one. That is going to be in the doghouse. Not even the cat house, the doghouse.
Hey man, if your girl's telling you she
Um,
should get married, I feel like you just out of spite wait till after her deadline. I feel like I'm totally on your side, bro. Alpha males stick together. Am I right, bro? Am I right, bro? We should do this, huh?
you, an alpha male?
I'm sorry. Who wants to put their puppy bed under my desk?
I am not talking about under the desk because there's things that could be said there that are not YouTube friendly.
I'm just saying, we alpha males gotta stick together. We got this, guys.
Love, you're a cat boy on the internet.
I
Alpha
can't
male,
I can't say
alpha male went out the fucking window a
can't
while
say
ago.
can't say alpha male without laughing. It's such a fucking stupid notion. Uh,
Um,
to all hold on really quick. To all y'all Andrew Tate dudes that fucking swallow this red pill, y'all are fucking insane for this mindset. I
y'all are dumbasses.
yeah. Oh my god.
But also the fact that
Mm,
she's doing well in her career and all this is going on.
mhm.
The the like, could the boyfriend be having like some insecurities if she's doing better than him,
Oh, that's a good
especially
point.
since as they're in an age gap relationship?
Who's
Granted, it's not as big of a one as last story,
to
but
figure
they're
it out?
still in a little bit of an age gap because it seems because at 25, OP, depending on the degree,
Mhm.
OP is just barely getting out of college and starting her career.
But if that's the case, like say 25 and she's doing better and he's 30, it's like, dude, what have you been doing?
Could have been me, undiagnosed autism and ADHD that made it hard. That and not planning on being alive after the age of 18 makes it kind of hard. So not
Hmm.
having that, so I'm gonna devil's advocate here. Like you can be almost 30 and still not necessarily have your life together. Or you could have gone for a degree, got into a car accident that fucked up parts of your body, and that degree, unless you go for a lot more years of schooling, is what's the word I'm looking for? Worthless. I have, for anybody that doesn't know, because you're not part of my streams, I have an associate's degree in criminal justice. I would have gone further, but in 2016, as I was about halfway through my degree, graduated in 2015, class of 2015, let's go. Um, I was rear-ended,
Hmm.
fucked up my right shoulder to where even now, like if I pick up something the wrong way, like it can be something light. I pick it up the wrong way, I'm gonna be down for a couple of days. Like it's getting stronger and stuff like that after almost a decade because I've built up the muscle around it.
Mhm.
But it still gives me problems every now and then, especially if it's about to rain. I
She's
always
not
thought I
here
heard
though.
people talking about, oh, it's about to rain. I can fuck that shit.
Yeah, she's not here though.
So who? Fucking hell!
Hey, y'all made that
I'm
joke to me
clipping this.
yesterday. Okay,
I'm clipping this and sending it to her.
go for it. Y'all made that joke to me yesterday when I said, "Oh, I have to deal with the rain right now," and she went, "You cannot manage be ghosty." I was like, "Okay, hold on. What am I not managing?" And then it clicked. So don't you fucking say I can't make that joke. Y'all did it to me yesterday.
So that's the only thing I'm going to devil's advocate on is that hey, you can still be around 30 and due to life things happening in life, not necessarily and not have your life together. But be, if that's causing insecurities in the boyfriend, and from the sounds of it, he's taking it out on OP, no. Like if because Ghost has a computer science degree.
I do.
If he gets a job and starts doing better than me, which he's already doing better than me. He has a full-time job. I am a puppy girl on the internet for my income. Um, but I'm not gonna get like insecure about that. That just means, hey, I'm more likely able to stay home and take care of the house until I get my degree and I can get a job. Because Ghost and I already had this discussion. Once we move in together, I'm going back to school. I will be getting a degree in psychology, but I will be going back to school and he wants me to focus on my studies. So I'll be taking care of the house, cooking, cleaning, under the desk support for him while he's at work. So that's what it kind of seems like is
Mm,
OP's boyfriend is 30 years old. She's 25. She's got her life together more
mm.
and has expectations for later in life. And he may or may not have insecurities about things. So, OP's boyfriend, if you're watching this for some ungodly reason, stop taking your insecurities out on other people, please. That is a big ass fucking red flag. OP, if you see this, can you please give
Hmm.
like what he considers attitude? I am really curious on that one.
To be fair
Pretty sure
though,
Ghosty is too.
if her boyfriend's saying she has an attitude, I mean, come on, guys, that bitch is crazy. Alpha males, you know what's up, right? Y'all know what's going on, right?
Yeah, but weren't you the one that was saying grippy socks, grippy box?
You're the one that says that, but okay. Um,
You agree with it.
I don't disagree with it, that's for sure. But no, final thoughts of this. Look, you guys made a plan. You've met him halfway on that plan. It's fair for you to put something out there and saying, "Hey, I want to do this next in the relationship," which is well within your reason because he said after 2-3 months, I'll consider long term, and he's not going to consider it. Then guess what? He lied. Bottom line is he lied. He said after 2-3 months, we'll consider and see where things are at. You're giving him an option to consider it long term, as well as give yourself like, hey, is this going to happen or do I need to start looking at the door? And he says, I'm not going to do that. It's like, you didn't consider it then. You just gave her a choice under false pretenses. She did that choice. And now that she's offering or suggesting something else to move forward, you immediately go, no. It's like, okay, you didn't really want to do this then. So I don't get where he's coming from. I understand where you're coming from, OP. I understand having religious parents and having to fight against that. That is fine. But there's something seriously wrong if he gave you an option, you took him on that option, and now it's time to cash out on that option. He goes, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, okay, then it wasn't really an option. He just tricked you into doing what he wanted.
And OP, I don't know when
Mhm.
your birthday is, but you're around the same age as my sister. If some guy started pulling this with my sister, there would be some words being had. Honestly, one of my sister's exes, I still want to go kick his ass because he lied to her about like a really serious topic, and I still want to go kick his ass. But no, my final thoughts are this. OP, get the fuck out of there. You're still, like you point out, you're still young, you're attractive. You've got a good career. Like, again, I don't know what you're like personality wise because none of that like text like this where we're just reading it unless like you actually put some personality into it, so, like a book. Um, but no, don't be with somebody that makes you question your self-worth. Be with somebody that sits there and when you're having questions about your self-worth or like be feeling down in general, whether it's depression, questioning your self-worth or anything else like that, be with somebody that picks you up. Be with somebody that will sit there and listen to you, even if it has to do with with them as a person as well. So my final thoughts are get the fuck out. I have a feeling like that's going to be a lot of these stories is me just being like, hey, get the fuck out of here. There's red flags.